There's never been a day which is a weekend than Holi and Diwali and Durga Puja in our career. We are more occupied on weekends than weekdays.
Did this online booking affected hotel industry?
So yes, you're right. Online business have come. Airbnb has come, which is challenging hotel industry. A lot of online homestay started. They can't guarantee your security, safety, your privacy. Hotel is hotel.
It becomes very difficult to maintain the food wastage.
Once food is cooked, it's wasted. Either it should go through the tummy or it's through in the bin.
How was Bahrain at that time?
I must tell you, this is the first country in Middle East which opened up as an open up. Though it's a Muslim country, there is no religion mandate here. One of the best people in the world to whom I interacted is Bahrain and the Bahrainis.
You have experience more than our age.
But yeah, I'm still in tie, still in jacket, 50-degree temperature, full of sweat, humidity is 80%, breathing is challenging, but still wear a tie and say good morning. Or playing this course, it really kept me motivated.
What's your favorite sport?
Politics.
If you talk about Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, all these businesses, they are trying to move into asset-light business model. If we ask you to come back to India and open your own hotel?
I just had interaction with our Minister of External Affairs, Mr. Jaishankar. He was here last week.
Hello everyone and welcome to Expert Conversations. Imagine you walked into a hotel and you received a flawless service from the moment you stepped in. Everything looks so normal, right? But have you ever wondered what actually goes behind the scenes? Actually, it is an ever evolving sector that combines hospitality and customer experience like no other. In this episode, we uncovered some of the interesting topics in modern hospitality, like how do hotels create a memorable and welcoming experience for every guest, how global decisions impact hotel industry, and what are the key challenges hoteliers face in delivering exceptional services. We also discussed the difference between the hospitality in India and Bahrain, from the way guests are welcomed to the openness of different societies. We explored how these two regions approach service, community, and customer interactions. Our guest, Mr. Ashwani, shared first hand experience of working in both the countries. And also, he highlighted what makes each unique and what industry can learn from these cultural differences. Mr. Ashwani, with over 30 years of experience in the hotel industry, shared his insights on managing hotel operations, the importance of adaptability, and behind the scenes efforts required to ensure customer satisfaction. So, get ready for this knowledge packed episode of Expert Conversations. Let's get started. Hi, Ashwani. Thank you so much for giving your time and welcome to Expert Conversation.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on board.
It's your weekend today?
It is. I work in Middle East. Being a part of Middle Eastern culture, the Friday and Saturday is the weekend here.
So, any plans for weekend? Because we are in corporate, this is very important question that we ask.
Interesting. So let me give you the corporate. How does it work in hotel industry? I've been a hotelier. There's never been a day which is a weekend than Holi and Diwali and Durga Puja in our career. We are more busy on weekends when people get relaxed. They come to our restaurant, they dine, they use our rooms, and they enjoy the amenities of hotel. We are more occupied on weekends than weekdays. But yes, advantage is, as I say, कि जब काम कर रहे हो तो go early and come late. When you're off, go late and come early. So Friday and Saturday I go late and come early. But yes, I do have to work every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Oh, then it is a difficult job in
No,
that
no,
case.
no, no. It's a very fun, very, very fun. You're meeting international people. You're meeting people from different culture, different society, religion. You learn a lot. You have it's very much a human-related business. So very interesting.
Since the job sounds very interesting, I would like to ask you, how did you get into this journey? You must have gone to a hotel management school, right? How did you decided that no, from after 12th, instead of engineering or instead of going to doctory, I'll choose hotel management.
Interesting. So yes, I've never been a engineer, doctor, passionate guys. My schooling is happened in Sainik School, which is an army school. Wanted to join Air Force. I joined Air Force. Uh, let's say 70% of my cousins, my brothers, they're already in army. So I thought I'll not go to army. I'll go to Air Force or probably Navy. So basically, I got selected, but my few friends were joining IHM, which is Institute of Hotel Management. And I thought, यार घर में इतने लोग तो ऑलरेडी आर्मी में हैं, देश की सेवा कर रहे हैं, कुछ मैं अपनी सेवा भी कर लूं. So let me see what is hotel is all about. Let's put it, I'm from a very lower middle class family. We're looking at the fancy building in bow or tie and suit, polished talk, discussion is always fascinating. I'm sure we all on the same boat. So I said, let's do a hotel management. And my father was very supportive. He says, whatever you want to do, just make sure that you follow your passion and you're the best at it. And that's what I got into IHM, leaving Air Force and joining.
Okay. So you joined IHM in the year?
1992. I'm 92-95 batch.
Okay. So
It's a
okay.
three,
In
those days it was 3 years course.
okay. Okay. You have experience more than our age.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it is a privilege for us to have you on this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So you completed in 95, then you joined which hotel?
Right. So journey started this way in 92 when I was studying. Part of our course, unlike today, you're supposed to do internship. हम
Hmm.
लोग उसको बोलते थे 6 months training is mandatory in hotel management course. And luckily I've got a job in terms of internship with Holiday in Mumbai.
Okay.
So my college was morning 8 to 5 and night shift I used to do a night auditing in front office. That's what I
Okay.
started. So I started working by, let's say, December 1992, after 6 months of my course. And almost for 2.5 years, I was working and I was studying.
Oh, that's good that from the starting of your education itself, you are getting the actual experience,
Experience, exactly. So
right?
theory was in morning and practical was in night.
Okay. And it is compulsory to have that.
Not really, not really. I could have done 6 months and I could have left, but
Hmm.
पैसे का चस्का अजीब सा होता है. So when you start earning money, you become a
Hmm.
kind of self-sponsor and you start to feel proud that okay, I'm on my own.
True.
And I'm really proud in that way. Even my school days, I used to get a scholarship. So my father has hardly invested money in my education. He has not
Okay.
paid big money, and I'm
Okay.
proud to do that. I'm very happy that I could manage my own education, own life, and managing through it. It's good. It was a good feeling.
True. True. It built confidence as well that you have,
100%.
you are earning the money.
बाद में मालूम पड़ा कि there's a word called self-made man. So eh, so I pick up that word later on.
Okay. After IHM, you already have experience of 2.5 years, right? Then what? Did you get the opportunity directly after the college, or you waited for some time? What happened after that?
Once I was working, I continued. Once I finished my college, internship got over, and I was permanently appointed as a accommodation officer. Those
Okay.
days, the position was not receptionist; it was accommodation officer. Today, it's a front
Okay.
office agent and those kind of profile you can say. But when it comes to business, that's what I started working. It is a global chain called Intercontinental Hotel Group (IHG). Holiday
Okay.
Inn was a part of it. Definitely in 3 years, I got a couple of training. I went to Goa for 6 months almost. I worked in Majorda, part of same ownership. The owner of the Holiday Inn was the same owner of Majorda. 3 months, I worked with Sun and Sand, which is next building to Holiday Inn in Mumbai at Juhu. Those days it was Bombay, not in Mumbai. Uh, and then one day, I think at 96 end, I got a call from GM office that there's a vacancy in Bahrain. Now, I'm sure you guys have never heard the name of Bahrain. Imagine 1995 or 96, who knows Bahrain? Small island somewhere in Middle East, we never knew. I never heard the name. But young boy, 21, 20 years old kid, having hardly any responsibility in me. GM says, कि जाना है वहाँ पे? There's no harm in trying it. It's the same group, right? He says, yeah, it's the same group and it's a premium product. Intercontinental is a premium product of Intercontinental Hotel Group. Then Crown Plaza, then Holiday Inn, kind of good grade comes.
Okay. Hmm.
So I said, there's no harm in taking risk. चलो try करते हैं. नहीं होगा तो we'll come back to India and join. He says, yeah, you can come and join back to us anyway. And that's what I moved to Middle East in 1996.
Okay. Okay. Just after completing your college in 1 year, you get into like you went
Almost.
out of
Yeah.
country
Yes.
almost
Yeah.
1 year.
Mm.
Okay. So now you have that bow and bow tie
I
coat.
don't wear I don't
Po-
wear bow much, but yeah, I'm still in tie, still in jacket, 50-degree temperature, full of sweat, humidity is 80%,
Oh,
breathing is challenging, but still wear a tie and say good morning. How may I help you?
it must be very interesting that you are going out of country in 1996 and joining a hotel at Bahrain. But how was Bahrain at that time? Like now UAE, Dubai is very like it's posh, right? Every big star has his home there. How was Bahrain at that time?
We are very much modern and coming up with a global platform with F1 and having some international event hosting it here. But it's still not as a touristic place as Dubai or Riyadh or probably Doha gained the popularity with having FIFA or Dubai gained popularity with having a global destination, landmarks in Dubai. Bahrain doesn't have those things. But good place to live. People are really, really nice. I must admit, one of the best people in the world to whom I interacted is Bahrain and the Bahrainis.
What do you like the best in them?
The humanity. Bhavesh, I've traveled India most of the part of India I've traveled, whether east, west, north, south, central India. Nobody recognized me as an Indian. When I go to Kerala, they says कि अच्छा तू दिल्ली से है. When I go to Delhi, oh तू पंजाबी नहीं है. When I go to Maharashtra, they says, oh तू मराठी नहीं है. That's what India is all about. In fact, a funny story is I landed Kerala first time in 1992, 93. No, sorry, 2002 or 3. My first question to immigration officer is, you're from Delhi, why are you landing to Kerala? And I says, do I need a visa for Kerala? Am I not Indian? And he says, no, but you should have gone to Delhi and come. I said, why did you take two flights? There's a direct flight from Bahrain to Kerala, and I landed here. In Bahrain, I've been here for the last 33, no, 29 years, right? 29 years. Nobody have told me I'm a Hindu and I'm Indian.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a big
Can
difference.
you believe that? People call me, indeed, people call me as a Kumar, as Ashwini. Nobody have called me I'm Hindu. Nobody have asked me, am I Hindu or Christian or Muslim or what am I? I'm a human. And बैरन में जब भी आप लैंड करोगे ना, trust me, whether it's immigration or shop कहीं भी जाओगे, people are ready to welcome you and giving you open arm कि आपको क्या help कर सकते हैं. Hospitality is in air.
That is big actually, and we actually need to learn that because we are actually divided into
Indeed,
different
indeed.
cultures, different states, different languages, and multiple other things. Yes, that's a big thing that unites us all together and makes it India. But in a way, we are separating ourselves from with that. So yeah.
Yeah, big time, big time, big time. Look at Bahrain. I must tell you, this is the first country in Middle East which opened up as a open up. Though it's a Muslim country, there is no religion mandate here. The national stadium in the country has been given to the church to host 24th, which is Christmas Mass for Christians. So it's a you need a big heart to open up and say, okay, fine, we are Islamic country, but we are welcoming Christianity, we are welcoming Hindus. Bahrain में Hindu temple is 200 years old temple.
Oh,
मतलब इतना मंदिर तो मैं इंडिया में नहीं गया जितना यहाँ जाता हूँ.
Oh, nice.
Not because of religion, but it gives a very good feeling. 200 years old temple. एक छोटे से घर में एक ठाकुर जी का फोटो रखे and पूजा started. And today is a big. Even अपने नरेंद्र भाई, I call him नरेंद्र भाई, आप लोग मोदी कहते हैं उनको. He came in 2019 and he visited the temple just to see कि 200 साल पहले यहाँ पे कैसे लोग मूव किए.
so are there a lot of Indians there?
Yeah. Population is 1.6 million,
Mhm.
16 lakhs के आसपास, जिसमें साढ़े 3 लाख इंडियन ही है सर.
Oh, okay. So you feel home there then?
Very much. So let me take you back in history. So until 1972, not Indian, the British rule, which was in Goa, ruling India, one part of India, was ruling Bahrain. So Bahrain and India got trend started back in 40s and 50s. ट्रेड वही उस समय शुरू हो गया. इनके पास खाने के लिए सामान नहीं था, मसाले नहीं थे. Trade they used to get pearl. Bahrain ka pearl is the best. And if you goes to 40s, 50s, the king in Indians, they love pearls. मोती की माला पहनना और And being a best pearl, there is trading was happening in pearl and spice. And that's what Bahrain started coming to India. So until 1972, the currency of Bahrain was rupiah. Even today, 2025, the coins, the जो पैसा बोलते हैं हम लोग इंडिया में, they call it fils in Arabic, is called rupiah.
Okay.
So they're highly influenced by Indian culture. And उन दिनों India का education used to be number one for them, and they're very much passionate. So let's say generation before, my father's generation, or probably 20 साल पहले के जो लोग थे, they used to prefer first destination as Pune or Hyderabad to go and study.
Okay. And what difference do you see since then?
Now they move to we all have start looking at Europe and
That's
US,
true.
right? So as an Indian, we are very good to start something, but we are not great in marketing it.
Oh, right. Though IITs, IIMs are marketed very well.
Not really, not really. See, India, we do it. Let's take a accept us as a person, as a corporate or as a Indians. हम खुद को ही डिमार्केट करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप वीडियो उठा के देख लो, कैमरा कहीं का भी कोई भी न्यूज उठा के देख लो, अच्छी चीज नहीं दिखाते हैं, कल्चर नहीं दिखाते हैं, हिस्ट्री नहीं दिखाते, दिखाते हैं कि रोड पे लोग पी कैसे कर रहे हैं, इंडिया कितना गरीब है, हाउ पुअर आर वी, पॉलिटिशियंस आपस में कैसे फाइट करते हैं, दे लिटरली थ्रो थिंग्स ऑन ईच अदर एंड दे शो हाउ बैड वी आर एज एन इंडियन. लेट मी टेल यू, ये पॉलिटिक्स हर जगह होता है. यूएस में भी गालियां निकलती हैं पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में, न्यूज में नहीं आती. They behave, they market very well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Things we need to learn as a country.
Yeah, a lot to change, lot to change. Well, we're changing. I'm happy with the current government and the way they're driving. There are lot of negative about this government also. But one thing is very positive, that they're trying to market India and trying to drive the economic growth as great as they can. So we are on the right path, I can say. But ठीक है, it'll take a generation. I just had interaction with our Minister of External Affairs, Mr. Jaishankar. He was here last month, January, May. And that's what he was saying. The way we will look few years before, we were looking different. Definitely, we are on the right path. And being in Bahrain for so many years, I can see the development as Indian we gained. We're still keeping our reputation with the local government and the local people very high. They look at us as an Indian very highly, very, very highly. So, yeah, it's a good place, good work.
That's good to hear.
Let's come back to your story. You were at IHG, right? You moved to IHG, Bahrain. What happened after that? How many years you worked there? What all things you learned there?
A lot. So, okay, to give you another heads up, hotel has almost 18 or 19 departments where you need to work and understand how hotel operates, entire hotel. I never had a thought about it. So I joined front office again, came to Bahrain and started working on it. Same time, Bahrain has some political disturbance where localization came. The job of locals were at the stake, and government reinforced a new policy where this is certain jobs has to go to local, Arabic speaking. I just came from India year before, a year and a half, and I was told कि अरबी काम करेगा यहाँ पे. What choice do you have it? I said, well, I don't have a choice. You guys give me a choice. What do you want me to work? I'm a hotel management graduate. I can work in any department. It's just like I might take a few more weeks, a few months, or month to catch up the work, but I can work. And they gave me a choice to work in finance. And I said, why not? Though I don't like sitting behind the calculator and do the calculations. I'm not that person as a personality, but no problem. I'll do that. So I moved to finance after a year and a half as an internal auditor, worked in payroll, went to the cost control, did my uh, projects, part of procurement, and moved back to sales. By the time came where I felt that I'm blocked. I'm not moving on as a bottleneck. Next position is a bit of a challenge because of localization, because of uh, previous generation. I'm coming back to the very simple story. Previous generation was very comfortable with something called loyalty. एक कंपनी ज्वाइन कर लिया, एक पोजीशन ज्वाइन कर लिया, 50 साल में एक HMT की घड़ी मिल गई, and my parents were or our parents were very happy कि हमने एक कंपनी में 50 साल काम की, right? द टाइम वाज टेलिंग मी कि यार अश्विन तू गलत कर रहा है. ठीक है, it's a good company, one of the greatest company in the world, the company who started hotel as a hotel management in the world 200 years ago. Uh, but nay, this is not the end of career. You should try something new. You should experiment some new company. And it was 2003 when I says कि नहीं अब तो निकलना होगा. Having no pressure from the company, I was doing amazing work. Every year and year, I used to get an Employee of the Award or Year of Employee of the Year awards, certificates, prize, everything was going on. And then I got a job with Accor. Accor was coming up as a new international group, French group of hotels, and they were opening a new hotel in Bahrain. And I got a chance as let's say double promotion kind of thing. And I took up the risk. मैंने कहा, yes, why not? So I moved to Accor, did pre-opening, worked with company for year and a half or two maybe. And then Intercon says, Kumar, you need back. You need to come
They
back
called you
and we
back.
need your help in terms. Yes, Intercon wanted me back with again two ladder more in my job. And this as well, time for you to come and take it and drive this hotel again. And again, after 2.5 years, I moved back to Intercon. Uh, just to give you a heads up, on back in 2000, the job switching over was not easy in Bahrain. Just to make you understand, अगर आप A company के साथ काम कर रहे हो और you're going to B company, A company के owner has to give a no obligation to the B company के owner को. Then your visa gets transferred, work permit gets transferred. It was painful process those days. But thankfully, both the owners was good on me, and they let me move in, switching over easily. Just to give you another heads up, Intercontinental Regency Bahrain was owned by current Prime Minister of the country, uh, who owns literally the country. Bahrain is ruler's family. It's a kingdom. So King's brother was a prime minister, and he is the longest serving prime minister in the world, by the way. So it was good. I moved back to Intercon, worked for another 8 years, and then it says कि by comfort zone से निकल, otherwise you will not grow. So I left Intercon again. Second time marriage broke with Intercon, and I think it was 2017. 15 onwards, I started feeling कि बहुत हो गया Bahrain, I should come back to India. Uh, tried India company, but then also I realized कि India जाके कैसे रह पाऊँ, कैसे काम कर पाऊँगा. I never worked with Indians. I never had a chance to speak even in Hindi at work because both the company I worked was British and French. The work culture was very, very different than working with Indian company culture. I never worked with them after 96. So I got a chance with a group here, which is Indian-owned company called Rami Grand, five-star hotel next to Regency, almost 5 kilometers or 7 kilometers further, as uh, to drive the hotel and drive the business to the hotel. And I said, let me try Bahrain itself. एक इंडियन कंपनी में काम करके देखता हूँ कैसा लगता है. Culture I will understand, language I will understand. Being Indian is easy to adapt, and I'm very flexible guy. I can adapt any style, no problem. So I moved back to Rami Grant, joined the hotel, grew further few ladders. Actually, that's the hotel first time gave me a chance to be general manager of the hotel. That was back in 2018. Only 1 year after working with the owner, they have given me that position. Worked for a year and a half, and then realized, कि नहीं भाई, time to move again. Now I was coming to a generation which you call it Generation X or Generation Y, when people are switching over job every 2 years, 3 years to get a better opportunity and move on. Also, to learn from previous company and previous assignment and bring that experience to the new company, new assignment, and learn again and then move on. So जो loyalty था ना 50 साल NHMT की घड़ी पहनने वाली, I think I started in 2003 and I am still continuing that part of it. And then I joined a local company called Gulf Hotel Group, which is a shareholding company. India में जैसे ITC है होटल का. It's a shareholding plus you all can buy share. Uh, that's my short journey. I'm still on.
Okay.
If you have a job opportunity in India, let me know. I might move back to India again.
Actually, that was about to be my question. Like, if you get a chance, will you move back to India or not? Okay, so at least I got.
Why not? Why not? I love to. I love to. I love to.
So, like, I was just
Uh,
curious about this because, like you mentioned, in those days, switching over the companies was not something trendy, you can say, or was not something people were doing. Okay, people were very loyal to the companies,
mhm.
not in India, not only in India, but also all over the world. right?
Global, global.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So how did you manage that movement? Like, okay, I'm switching this, and okay, my entire work culture, or not the work culture, I can say, but the entire work will change once you move to different company.
I don't know how do I say it, but I'll tell you very raw. My first interview for with Intercontinental promotion, I was just a supervisor in the company and the department, and I was talking to my department head who was supposed to be a manager department head. He was 40 years old man, and I was 26, 27 maybe. And he asked me, "Where do you see yourself in 3 years' time?" And I was looking at him, and he says, "Kumar, I think I'd repeat my question." I said, "No, you don't have to. I'm looking at you. That means I want to take that chair." Seriously, in 3 years' time, you want to resign? I said, "No, I don't want to resign. I want to find another chair. You have to give me a chair in 3 years' time. I think 3 years is more than enough. I can take it in a year and a half or two maximum." So I was very confident about my moves, and even today, I would say company likes my thought because I'm very vocal, very very vocal. If I like somebody, I tell him. If I don't like, I tell him on his face. I don't keep in my heart. I don't try to believe कि यार सामने वाले को बुरा लगेगा. Uh, नहीं लगना चाहिए because I'm not wasting your time at least, by letting you know that I have a fake face. आपके सामने मैं कुछ और हूँ, पीछे कुछ और हूँ. So probably because of my personality, my GMs or the owners never stopped me moving into the country. By the way, by 2012 or 13, country has regulated Labor Act, and now job moving from then onwards is very easy.
Okay.
It's like India, give 1 month notice and switch over the company. Your work permit can be changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this confidence, did you develop it in your army school, or did you have it like within yourself?
Probably janam se tha, but over the period, okay. How do you be so confident? It comes with two things. One is your job knowledge. If you know what you're doing is right. And secondly, if you know where you're heading to. So I think I've discussed with you before, but let me give you a small heads up. 96, I read book a lot. So I read the book of Mr. Tony Buzan, who gave me a lesson, which call it mind mapping. आज के डेट में उसको आप लोग manifestation कहते हो. Mind mapping is a book, article, YouTube. There are a lot I read and understand, and I started mapping my career, mapping my personal life, mapping my finances in that way. That was confident कि मुझे इतने साल तक वहां पहुंचने के लिए to be a GM at the age of 40, I have to be a EM by 36, 37. So but to be a EM at 30, 36, 37, I have to be director of sales by 33, 34. Either way, either I go with finance or sales or operation or room division. There are many ways to be a GM, but one stream I have to choose and be on the top of the ladder. So I knew I have less time and I have to run faster than others to achieve it. So, well, just now I told you कि मैं स्कूल के दिनों में भी I used to study in daytime and work in night. अब उल्टा हो गया है. अभी क्या हो गया? I work in daytime and I study in night. So, education is one thing which gives me a confidence. Product knowledge, I have it. Knowledge of field, I already have it. और हर दिन 30 साल से ही काम कर रहा हूँ यार, 32 साल से. तो अभी होटल के बारे में तो कोई नहीं बताएगा मुझे. But then I keep educating myself and I tell myself very simple, अगर कोई फोन आईफोन खरीद रहा है सैमसंग खरीद रहा हो तो nobody wants to buy a Samsung 10 or 12 or iPhone 5 or 6. They look for iPhone 16 Pro or 16 Pro Max. And if they are buying Samsung, you look for S25, You don't want to buy Nokia 3310 and your aim is not of Nokia anymore, isn't it? Why? Because upgradation is a part of life. And I'm a product. I'm a product. मुझे कोई जॉब ऑफर तभी करेगा जब मैं अपने आप को अपग्रेड करता रहूंगा. So I keep upgrading
That's a
myself.
brilliant example uh, to tell others to stay
Yeah.
updated.
Yeah. So like in IT as well, since the IT is changing, like last 2 3 years, the way AI has come over, we as a data scientist, we have to learn a lot and learn very fast. And
Hmm.
frankly, I was thinking that this is just the IT job, which takes needs you to learn very quickly a lot of things. Um,
Hmm.
now my belief is breaking that no other jobs you need to keep upgrading very fast. with time.
You need to. Back in 96 itself, or 94 or 95, I don't recall the year, we got something PMS called Oprah, which is still, we're working on it. And that brought to the automation of our industry, which you call it AI today. Uh, पहले जब when I started career, we used to have a big book. I'm sure you must have watched the movie, जिसमें पेज ऐसे करके पलटते
Hmm.
थे. It was not a small book. And उसमें आपका नाम, आपका पता, आपका जो भी एड्रेस है, it was, आज के डेट में क्या है? Your email ID is your address. You don't have to write road number, building number, street, village, तालुक, state and country, इतना लंबा एड्रेस. तो उन दिनों ये हुआ करता था. So also, I think I belongs to one of the generation which worked very dynamically. We started working from those big books to a small iPhone in your hand, or let's say a smartphone in your hand. The transition is not easy.
Hmm.
हर 2 साल में you have a new thing to work with. I'm sure आप लोगों ने टाइपराइटर का काम नहीं किया होगा. So I started with manual, went to the typewriter. Typewriter में there's a carbon. उसको roll करके I used to type letters.
We have seen that.
ठीक है. उसके बाद
Just we have just seen that.
yeah. उसके बाद Yeah, we have experienced it. Our generation have experienced it. उसको मूव करने के बाद we went to the automated typewriter. उसमें ऑटो करेक्ट हुआ करता था. उसमें इरेज कर सकते थे. बैक स्लैश करके तो डिलीट करता था, फिर से टाइप कर सकते थे.
Okay.
वो हट के फिर एक कंप्यूटर जब आया तो we used to have a white apron, शूज में वो कहते हैं ना, एक कवर करके देन कंप्यूटर में एंटर किया करते थे. करेक्ट. मतलब कंप्यूटर में वायरस आ जाएगा, उसको एक्सपोज करोगे बाहर. लुक एट टुडे, सिटिंग इन 2025, we have a laptop or phone in hand and we are walking on the streets and having no worry of virus. So we have seen those transition of IT automation. आज आप उसको AI बोलते हो, हम लोग उसको automation बोला करते थे. Name has been changed, but it's in always a race. So
Right.
country, job, how do I say? The entire trade has been very, very, very dynamic today.
You need to keep learning.
You
Right.
have to
Right.
keep learning and upgrading yourself.
That's true. That's true. So, I would like to ask you this thing. As a general manager, you must be having a lot of things going on in your role. What are your key responsibilities? And is it always a busy schedule
Mm.
when you're at your job or what?
Indeed, it keeps you in tow. You have to be on the top of everything, whether it's the legalities of your business. So in short, to make you understand how does hotel work is, um, let me take example of you both, Bhavesh and Ankit. Ankit के पास गाड़ी और आपके पास नहीं है. But you don't believe in buying your own car. You will borrow car from Ankit and you make sure कि Ankit को आप return दे रहे हो and you're using his car for business. Uh, so I do the same thing. I take the building from the owners and make sure कि उनको जितने पैसे चाहिए साल में मुझे देने हैं उनको return. ROI has to be given on time. At the same time, I have to maintain the building as a premium to be competitive enough for client or guests to come and stay in my hotel. So role demands many, 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 many areas. I'm not working alone, right? I've got a team with me. I just have to give them a strategy and let's say my experience, and the young kid drives it smoothly. So I don't have to be. जैसे अभी आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, hotel is running good, and today we are going to close 100% again. Yesterday was 100% again. So in that way, team manages it.
Yeah. Since you're talking about that you have to give ROIs to your like bosses, right? And who owns the hotel. So, are there any specific KPIs that any metrics that you focus on most?
hmm
Like
hmm
you need to maximize that. Uh,
hmm
is it revenue per available room or something that you are very focused on to optimize?
Well, use the right word. If you call it rate we call it revenue per available room. It only will come if your occupancy and rate has been managed properly. To manage the occupancy and rate properly, you have to be competitive enough in the market where guests choose your hotel over the other hotels. So there are many KPIs. As I said, we work with the team. We are very much human-related business, though AI-influenced business, but we manage as a human. So the team has to be really happy. The team satisfaction is one of the goal I have to. I have to look after my team. I don't look after my guest. So I believe that if I look after my team very well and I keep them motivated and happy, they will transfer that motivation and positivity to the guest. And that's what guest looks for.
Keeping with this entire, you can say, busy schedule, how do you keep yourself like active, or you can say, what do you do apart from your job so that your mind stays fresh and be always active and always welcomes the new difficulties or new things coming up?
Right. So my day is divided in three major parts. Looking at my time and looking at my busy schedule in work hours. By the way, Bahrain works from 8 to 5, not like India 10 to 5 or 10 to 6. So it starts very early. Uh, to start 8, I have to be office by 7:30, 7:45. To reach by 7:30, 7:45 is to wake up by 5, 5:30 those days. And then I realized कि मेरा time तो है नहीं कुछ करने के लिए यार. सुबह शाम तक काम करता रहता हूँ. There's nothing else in my life. I'm talking about 20 years before. And then I said, Skinny, you have to find some time. So time I found is morning I start waking up instead of 5, start waking up at 4. And 4 to 5 I had one time when I don't have to wake up and prepare my kids for school, which I can still do after 5 when I came back home. And I start running on the road. I love doing that. Even now I do that. Uh, Very much sports person. I love to play squash, football, marathon. These are few outdoor games. I love to do it, and I'm still doing it. The only thing is time is a little odd. I still do 4 to 5 or 5:30, come back home by 6, takes an hour to freshen up and go back to office by 7. That's my first part of life. Second part of life or day starts from 7:38 to 6 at work, which is, I call it very funny way. हम meeting खेलने जाते हैं. So one meeting, second meeting, third meeting, four meeting, that's what we play. We finish by 6:37, come home, and then here starts my upgradation level. So whether I read my books or I join some short-term course or long-term course, आज के डेट में universities are electronically available. I don't have to go to college. College comes to me at home. And I do my classes until 9:30, 10. At 10:30 I sleep. So my reading books, my running on the road or playing this course, it really keeps me motivated.
What's your favorite sport?
Politics. खेलना आता है?
Difficult one, difficult one.
No, honestly, I don't.
So the way we are sandwich generation, we call ourselves sandwich generation. ये माँ बाप की सुनते आए थे, बच्चों की सुनते चले जाएंगे. हमारा टाइम तो कभी आया नहीं. It's the same thing in our corporate world. Being a GM, I have number of people above me and the number of people below me. So you have to keep up on the toe. My favorite sports, if you ask today, out of office, is mainly my running. I enjoy running it. The last Friday was after 2 years of my hard work, you can say, first time I did my 42.2 kilometer full marathon. I completed it.
42 kilometer. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great. 42 kilometer.
it
42.
it took me 5 hours 20 minutes. But yeah, I made it. Having no injury, I'm still fine. I still practiced the entire week last week, and yeah, I did it. So, and happy to do all those small things for me.
That's really great.
That is great.
42 kilometers. Honestly, I can't even run for 2 kilometers, I guess, right now, like continuously.
God has designed our body very differently. More you give rest to your body, more body will give you pain, and more pain you give to your body, more easy your life or more healthy you will be. So instead of giving comfort to your body, leave laziness and come on a road. Run on a street. You don't need gym. You don't need a fancy equipment to run on. God has given you two legs, beautiful roads, beautiful village, streets. Go on.
There is one thing that I had in my mind, like you have had a lot of experience now. We are not even that aged, how much you have an experience of. So in all these times, do you want to share any of the difficult times that you have been through in your like job?
Not really. Not really. I said, I enjoy tough time, you call it. I call it कि भगवान ने दुनिया ऐसी बनाई है कि we eat more of salt and chili to enjoy the part of dessert. Your starter and main course is always salted and spicy, and your dessert is small portion which give you a happiness. Convert that into a corporate world. अगर आप नौकरी में मेहनत नहीं करोगे तो आगे नहीं बढ़ोगे, और आगे नहीं बढ़ोगे प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा तो you feel frustrated. So promotion you get once in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Let's say dessert छोटा पोर्शन होता है but it gives you satisfaction. But आपका जो 3 साल होता है वो salt and chili होता है सर. Right. So if you believe that into a real world, you will not have a pain. You will never feel that something is stopping you, something is blocking you. It's a part of process.
Okay, so how was that crispiness and the chilliness was there during the COVID time? Did it affect?
It was amazing. No, not really. I think Bahrain is one of the country, I must say, and I'm proud to say, never locked down. The country was never closed.
Is it? Okay.
Country was never closed. We closed few activities in the country, malls, cinema, gym, schools, but we did not close the country. Country was open. I used to go to office every day, wearing a mask and having an ID saying that my name is Kumar Ashwani and I look like this without my mask because my face was covered, right? So it was quite interesting, quite interesting. COVID for me, initially it was very difficult to understand what COVID is, how to drive business. Having a team of 150, 180 people, how do I keep them motivated? Not easy. कोई guest नहीं आ रहा, hotel खाली पड़ा हुआ, building is falling off. Uh, but thank God our company backbone is very good. Financially, we are very good with it. So we didn't have an issue. But keeping motivation of team was good. So dividing team into three part, one stays in the hotel, one stays in another accommodation, one stays different area. So अगर एक team को COVID हो गया and they have to go isolation for 10, 12 days or 2 weeks, second team will take over the operation. Was nice. Cross training worked big time. So I said hotel has many department and I introduced very much openly because I had so much of time. So जो बंदा फ्रंट ऑफिस में काम कर रहा है उसको किचन में ट्रेनिंग दे रहा हूँ, जो किचन में कर रहा है वो सर्विस कर रहा है, जो सर्विस में है ही इज इनटू बार, housekeeping, admin, sales, finance. My team in 1 year time, I must tell you that they are truly hotelier. Everybody in my hotel can do everything today.
They learned everything. So COVID helped everything in that case. Okay.
Big time, big time. COVID helped me to big time to be more closer to my team and have fun at work. I started my career by chef, by the way. Huh? 6 months or 8 months, I did my kitchen cooking as well. And I went back to kitchen again with my team, having a chef jacket on. That was COVID time.
Okay, so what is the best thing that you like made?
I'm good with Indian cuisine. I'm good with Indian cuisine. I'm very much good with the cold kitchen, which you call it salads. Definitely, I've done Italian, continental, American foods. But no, my taste buds goes more with Indian. So I'm more of Indian chef in that way.
If we ask you to come back to India and open your own hotel,
I will not do that. I will not be able to do that. It needs hell of an investment. And keep in mind that I've been enjoying somebody else's money as of so many years. So अपने पैसे पे तो risk नहीं लूंगा. Definitely not. But also इतने पैसे हैं नहीं कि I can open a hotel. To build up a nice hotel, you need a good crores of money, especially in India. जमीन चाहिए होगी, location चाहिए होगी. It's difficult.
how about if any of the superpowers such as USA or maybe another or any other country, if they make any decisions, does it affect the hotel industry in Bahrain? Like recently, Trump came into power and he made a lot of changes.
Indeed. So any industry you have a market. Let's say if you're from IT industry, you have a market to sell your product. I'm in Bahrain, hotel industry. My market is where? My market is mainly GCC countries or few percentage from, let's say, globe, India, US, UK. SN one digit, 8%, 10%, 9%. We have stats where we knew which customer come most. Most customer come from Saudi and UAE. Saudi and UAE because neighboring country, they come to Bahrain, enjoy. Bahrain is very open. No restriction on alcohol, no restriction on music, dance. Entertainment is big time available from the years here. So let's say if Saudi government change a plan कि ठीक है भाई अब इस साल budget कम करना है and you guys will not stay in five-star business will suffer in Bahrain. Recently, I'm sure you must have read in news, new Crown Prince Sheikh Salman and Saudi. He's driving Saudi tourism to the different level. He opened up Saudi as a Saudi was a virgin island a few years before. Nobody can go to the country. It's very much restricted. Today it's very much open. It's impacting business, definitely. So any global or political decision changes, it impacts our industry. But keep in mind, the as I said, business very much dynamic. पहले लोग घुमा करते थे शौक के लिए. Our parents used to go कहीं भी एक शहर से दूसरे शहर घूमते थे, इंडिया से इंडिया घूमते थे. आज के डेट में every kid want to go to a and travel the different world. So उसको मैंने रिफ्रेज ऐसे करता हूँ कि पहले travel was expense. आज travel is an investment. You learn a lot while traveling.
I totally agree with that, honestly.
So globe hospitality, जैसे आपने बताया ना होटल मैनेजमेंट की बात, जब मैंने शुरू करी थी तो घर पे लोग बोलते थे क्या करोगे, वेटर बनोगे, गेटकीपर बनोगे होटल में, ये क्या कोर्स चुन लिया तुमने यार. You could have done a banking, you could have done doctorate, you could have been engineer. You were Air Force guy, at least you could have served the country. And I say, I don't know, but I enjoy meeting people. मुझे अच्छा लगता है लोगों से मिलना, बातें करना. So I think I'm in the right industry. So hospitality today has been recognized as a very much fast-growing industry. And I must tell you, industry was not paying so well before, but they pay well, they look after so well. I think it's one of the most entertaining industry.
So is it it has reached a stage where it is paying good enough, or is it still a space that you have to cover?
It's been years. They started recognizing it. They have changed the structure, but never been bad actually. Never been bad. To me, I would say, जब मैंने भी career शुरू किया था, it was not bad. Back in 1992, 3,500 was my salary, and it was a good salary those days. 3-4 हजार रुपए की salary to let's say any other industry, maybe 1,000 ज्यादा मिलता होगा. But to live in India, 3,500 रुपए बहुत थे भाई. मैं 2,500 बचा करते थे हर महीने, 2,500 से 3,000 के आसपास.
And the amount you used to spend, no, I believe, I don't remember, but my father's salary was that.
तो उन दिनों सैलरी ऐसी ही हुआ करती थी. आज के डेट में लाख 1.5 लाख हो गई है, 2 लाख हो गई इंडिया में सैलरी शुरू करो तो उस समय ऐसे ही हुआ करता था.
You mentioned people want to go out, and that's an investment. I agree with that. So when going out, people don't know about the other country. Let's suppose if I come to Bahrain or if I go to US, I don't know anything about US. I have zero contacts. So what I'll do, I'll look over the internet. I'll see which is the best hotel I want to stay in. And that's how I'm going to decide, like, okay, this is the best hotel that I'll be staying. So did this online booking affected hotel industry, like who were doing offline?
समुद्र में जो मछलियां होती है ना, they're very scared of shark because shark can eat them. Big fish eats small fish, right? तो छोटे फिश, सारे छोटे फिश तो नहीं मरते हैं. They are on the toe and they swim faster than whale or big fish to protect themselves, and they're very active. So it keeps you on your toe. So yes, you're right. Online business have come. Airbnb has come, which is challenging hotel industry. A lot of online homestays started to promote local culture and tradition. Impacted hotel industry, but hotel is hotel. Keep in mind they cannot still. So much of technology has come up, but still they can't guarantee your security, safety, your privacy. Let's say it's my homestay. मैंने एयरबीएनबी में अपना घर दे दिया. आप मेरे घर आते हो, आई वेलकम यू, आपको रूम देता हूँ रहने के लिए, बट आपके रूम में मैंने आपके कैमरा लगा रखा है जस्ट टू सी कि भावेश रूम में क्या कर रहे हैं, अंकित क्या कर रहे हैं. राइट, यू विल नॉट नो, यू चेक आउट और मैं उस वीडियो को एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ. मेरे घर को कोई चेक करने नहीं आ रहा. देयर इज नो गवर्नमेंट बॉडी हु इज मॉनिटरिंग माय होम मूवमेंट और कि मैं घर में क्या कर रहा हूँ. आई हैव रजिस्टर्ड एयरबीएनबी एंड आई एम डूइंग इट. गवर्नमेंट को मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं बहरीन का ट्रेडिशन बेच रहा हूँ या बहरीन की कल्चर को दिखा रहा हूँ लोगों को. But on contrary, I'm doing something not good, invading the privacy. When I work in a hotel regulatory act इतनी strong है यहाँ पे कि अगर मैं civil defense अगर मैं किसी की जिंदगी से खेलता हूँ, तो trust me, I can go through a criminal proceedings. So when you stay in a hotel, any global brand hotel or let's say local brand hotel which maintains authenticity of government or let's say state government registry किया हुआ उसको अपने under, hotel has everything. Your room is going to be 100%, privacy is maintained. Your record has been encrypted. Your credit card, private details. I know it, but I cannot give it to anybody because the moment I enter it, it encrypts. It goes away from my hand. I don't see it. Sustainability we bring so much. As a hotelier, we give so many things to other industry. Like airlines, we give them what is guest relation, how to take care of customer. The yielding of rates. When business goes up, you increase your rate or bring your rate dynamic. So there are a lot of things industry started giving back and paying back. More technology, more new thing. you have to be more innovative always. You cannot say a challenge here or is stopping you. No, it keeps you in a toe. जैसे मैंने कहा सॉफ्टवेयर अपग्रेड करना बहुत जरूरी है सर. नहीं तो नोकिया 3310 कोई नहीं खरीदना चाहता 2025.
Also, is it like Airbnb government do not regulates Airbnb and the business like Airbnb? They only regulate hotel business. They do regular audits on hotel. They do not do on Airbnb. Is it like that?
Airbnb is not regulated by government. Let's say, okay. आपके यहाँ उबर होगा राइट? उबर एंड ओला
Yes.
गवर्नमेंट कितना रेगुलेट करती है इसको?
Right. उसके प्राइसेस पे गवर्नमेंट का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है.
नॉट
Nothing.
रेगुलेटेड
Right.
राइट. गाड़ी खरीद लिया, लाइसेंस ले लिया, आपकी प्राइवेट कार है. इट्स नॉट अ पब्लिक सर्विस कार राइट. योर नंबर प्लेट्स आर स्टिल अ प्राइवेट कार एंड यू पुट उबर का लाइसेंस ले लिया आपने ऑनलाइन, आप चला रहे हो. Yes, Uber is guaranteeing it. Your quality of service, safety of the customer. They're monitoring it, but they're not monitoring it as a local taxi would have done it. Local taxi में the RTO gets involved. आपकी गाड़ी is registered as a taxi. आपका नंबर प्लेट ब्लैक, क्या येलो एंड ब्लैक होता है इंडिया में टैक्सी का नंबर?
Yellow and black.
Something like that, yeah. Driver has to wear a proper dress of driver, and he should look like a driver of the car and having a tag on their number. कि मेरा नाम अश्विनी है, मेरा नंबर 1234 है. If I do anything wrong to you, government of India is going to act against me. I have a fear that I will not do anything wrong. Ola Uber can switch off the software and something happens in the country. Correct? That's the control of Airbnb and hotel has it. Hotel is 100% acted against the, how do I say, local government act or tourism act, regulated by it. We have to pay taxes. The cost is involved in it. So you're paying more. Yes, you're paying more, but you're getting much more than what you're paying. Other company, I'm not demarketing. They have their own market. They have more beauties other way. Not like they're not hospitality. They are part of my business as well. But utni authenticity nahi hoti. If people wants to play, they can. They don't. Let me be very honest. Most of them they don't. Airbnb is all about people promoting their own home or home culture. They let you know. Let's say if you go to US, what US culture is. If you go to Georgia, you learn what Georgia is all about. You live in Bahrain, you go to Dubai, you go to Myanmar, you go to whichever country you travel. You will learn the local, how do they live and manage it. So there's a beauty of it. Hotel में ऐसा नहीं होता. Hotel is hotel. आप किसी भी कंट्री के होटल में चले जाओ, it's the same uniformity. They speak in English. They give you continental breakfast. बुफे लंबा लगा होता है. एक दो डिश लोकल होंगे. 70-80% वही croissant, वही muffin, वही fruits, वही yogurt, है ना? So every industry has its plus and minuses. So I'm not demarketing my competitors, but no, we are still on the edge of it. Still, people prefers hotel more than those stays.
First, you talked about the culture that you are incorporating. Is Gulf hotels or the hotels that you have worked on, are you also focusing on that? That for a guest, you have to present a culture of Saudi Arabia or Gulf so that they keep in their mind when they go back. Is it a KPI or something that you focus on?
It's not a KPI. It's a very much culture. इंडिया में होटल में जाते हो तो क्या करते हैं वो? नमस्ते.
Right.
Right.
That's Indian, right? We don't believe in body contacts. We don't hug and kiss people when we're welcoming it. Bahrain is the same thing. It's a Middle Eastern culture, more or less same. We don't believe in touching body. But the word namaste becomes salam. Salam alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Right? So welcoming in traditional way is a part of our culture. है ना? So it goes everywhere. It goes everywhere. If you go to Telugu state, they welcome you in Telugu language. You go to Karnataka, they speak Kannada. You go to Kerala, they speak Kerala language. But what I hear, the first they welcome you in a local tradition only.
We discussed about Airbnb. That is a completely different business. If we talk about hotel business itself, we were researching about hotels. We got to know that from few years, all these businesses, they are trying to move into asset light business model, basically moving into franchisee model, and they own just 2 to 3% of the real estate themselves, and they are selling their franchisee more. Right. What are your views on this? How do you think this as a business? And do you think that Gulf will also do this someday, or is it doing it now?
But Gulf is already doing it. From the day one, they're doing it. Hilton was the first company came to Bahrain. So how does it work, this model? This model works कि देखो हर बंदा अपने फील्ड में एक्सपर्ट नहीं होता है. And that's why we do barter our trades. Somebody is great at ID, somebody is great at managing, somebody is great at finance, somebody is great at public speaking or public relation. तो हर बंदे की अपनी एक काबिलियत होती है. Uh, People who has money, he can make a hotel, he can make an asset, but he doesn't know होटल में चाहिए क्या होता है. रूम का साइज कितना होना चाहिए, उसका आरओआई कैसे निकालेंगे, रियल एस्टेट मॉडल कैसे डालेंगे उसको, उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट कैसे करेंगे, मेरा जो भी 10 मिलियन 20 मिलियन 50 मिलियन लगेगा, रिटर्न कितने दिनों में आएगा, बना तो लेंगे होटल, बेचेंगे किसको और कहाँ बेचेंगे. राइट. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल अंकित, आपके पास बहुत पैसे हैं और आप एक होटल बना लेते हो, और मेरे पास जो होटल है मैं भी होटल बना लेता हूँ, बट आई बिलीव कि आई एम नॉट अ होटेलियर. मेरे पास पैसे हैं, मैंने होटल बनाया है, बट आई डोंट नो हाउ टू ऑपरेट होटल. यू बिलीव कि होटल तो बनेगा ना, मेरे होटल भी चलेंगे सबकी तरह. मैंने साइन कर लिया, लेट्स से एनी ऑफ द ग्लोबल ब्रांड, whether it's a Marriott, whether it's Accor, whether it's IG, whether it's a Wyndham, name the brand, और गल्फ होटल जिससे भी कर लिया. आपने टाई अप नहीं किया किसी से, आपने कहा कि भाई मुझे होटल चलाना है, अब लोग आएंगे मेरे यहाँ. आपका होटल जब खुलेगा, इट विल टेक एटलीस्ट 20 years for people to know कि देयर इज अ होटल कॉल्ड होटल अंकित जहां मुझे जाकर रहना है. मेरा होटल में जैसे ही बढ़ना शुरू होगा होटल, brand will start publishing on the global website कि we are coming in that city and this location and we are building a hotel. So marketing become easier and people aware कि वहां जाना है तो उस ग्रुप का होटल है, I can stay there. So these hotels, they don't invest in real estate because they don't believe in real estate. They say people have money in the world, every corner they have it. कितना होटल हम अपना बनाएंगे? So instead of investing into the building and real estate, let me invest into the human capital, develop them and train them, and we sell our expertise as a management company to the owners of particular state. So let's say the hotel I manage, Ankit, is not owned by Gulf Hotel. I'm a management consultant from Gulf Hotel who is managing a Saudi-owned hotel.
Okay.
I was having a hotel in Georgia which is owned by a Georgian, and I was sent on assignment for 1 year to make hotel operation and get fees paid for it.
Okay.
तो ये अभी भी हो रहा है, every part of the world हो रहा है. It is owned by some local, managed by global. So that's what local and global gets tied up, and the business model works.
Yeah, and that is a good strategy as well. You need not to, like you said, 20 years I have to wait to make my brand, and they have their brand. Yeah.
But sometimes I have seen these franchisee business. Most of the time it works, but sometimes it does not work. Like these big hotels have given the franchisee, but I had a experience. I don't want to take the name, but I had a little bit of experience over there, and it was owned by this hotel. So I had that experience, and I was expecting the main hotel will be having that kind of quality food because they were not maintaining that quality. How do you think like they manage it? I don't know how. I'm not really sure about this.
Okay, so in model, आपने franchise model किया, so I didn't go in detail. There's a lot of technical kind of hotel management agreement happens. The best agreement is called managed. Second is franchise. Third is leased. Fourth is rental. So the different model company works with, and every company has those models. जहाँ पे हम आते हैं आपके पास. If I come to you and I said, okay, Ankit, आपके होटल को मैं मैनेज करूंगा, but my fees will be 8% of GOP, जिसको आप EBITDA कहते हो इंडिया में, income before tax and depreciation. आप बोलोगे 8% बहुत ज्यादा है, मैं 2% दूंगा आपको. ठीक है, 2% दोगे, नो प्रॉब्लम. I'll give you a franchise model. That means I'll give you my logo, but I'll not give you my expertise. आप अपना GM हायर करो, आप अपना मैनेजमेंट टीम हायर करो, आप खुद चलाओ होटल, आपको मैं मार्केटिंग कर दूंगा. एंड हियर भावेश इज आंसर कि टीम मैंने हायर तो कर ली, बट आई एम नॉट होटलियर, राइट? मुझे नहीं मालूम कि शेफ को सही हायर करा कि नहीं करा. मुझे नहीं मालूम कि मैंने फ्रंट ऑफिस में सही प्रोफेशनल को हायर करा कि नहीं करा. मुझे नहीं मालूम द हाउसकीपिंग मैनेजर इज ट्रेन्ड टू हैंडल द इक्विपमेंट एंड नोज द केमिकल नॉलेज, हाउ टू कीप द रूम क्लीन एंड मेंटेन एंड हाइजीन. आप मेरे भतीजे हो, आप मेरे मामा हो, आप मेरे चाचा हो, मैंने हायर कर लिया, पूरे खानदान को बिठा लिया वहां पे और सबको एक एक पोजीशन थमा दिया कि भाई तुम लोग होटल चलाओ, बट दे डोंट हैव एक्सपर्टीज. right? So यहाँ पे franchises have those challenges. You're right. They cannot maintain the quality. Where you want to see the quality, go to the management hotel, the hotel which is managed by group. Then you see the expertise because they know कि शेफ कैसा होना चाहिए. इस रीजन में कौन सा क्विजिन चलेगा? यहाँ जापानीज चलेगी, चाइनीज चलेगी, थाई चलेगी, इंडियन चलेगी या फ्यूजन इंडियन चलेगी. यहाँ के लोगों को क्या पसंद है? They know. That's a survey and the industry knowledge they have it. See, it all goes to the owner and management company relationship.
Recently, the tax rate also changes, right, Ashwani? In Saudi Arabia, is it affecting the hotel business directly,
Not
indirectly?
really, not really. See, again, any government decision will impact every business in the country. चाहे वो सेगमेंट आईटी का हो, रेलवे का हो, बस का हो, ट्रांसपोर्ट का हो, रोडवेज का हो, नेम द मिनिस्ट्रीज, इट विल इम्पैक्ट. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव लेट द टाइम डिसाइड, बट इमीडिएटली इम्पैक्ट तो आएगा आएगा. सो मिडिल ईस्ट वाज फेमस फॉर इयर्स, नो टैक्सेशन जोन. आज के डेट में भी यहाँ पे इनकम टैक्स नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं कि इनकम टैक्स नहीं है तो बहुत पैसा लोगों के पास. यहाँ की सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर कम है. यहाँ की सैलरी इंडिया से 30% कम होती है. 30% देना नहीं पड़ता. दैट्स व्हाट दे हैव डिजाइन्ड इट. But they were depending on a lot of fund from a king and king's pocket. But king में पैसा कहाँ से देगा? They used to have some natural resources which is draining out. चाहे वो oil हो, चाहे वो gas हो, चाहे. So to operate government, to give you a service, government has to generate some revenue, right? Like India government does it. They charge you income tax has gone up or your GST has gone up, but now they have money to invest in infrastructure, and you see now cities are getting connected. In fact, the number of airport India has opened in the last 10 years, um, it was not possible without the income tax or GST. And because connectivity happened, connectivity bunny, अपना GDP has gone from 3-4% to 6-7%. Today is number one. India is growing 6%, 7% year on year. No country is doing it. If I come to the Middle East, most of the country also decided कि tax लाना पड़ेगा. अगर taxation नहीं आएगा तो हमारा development is not going to happen. Unlike Europe, Middle East is also getting united soon. And sooner or later, maybe in 6 months or 1 year, 2 years, they'll have a unified visa, unified rail, unified road connectivity. So you enter one port, which there's Dubai, Bahrain, Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman. You can go all around with one visa. You can go around with one train. Those kind of things are coming up here. So वो सब डेवलप करने के लिए पैसे चाहिए भाई. सो टैक्सेशन आएंगे बट इससे कोई इम्पैक्ट इंडस्ट्री को नेगेटिव नहीं होता है. पूरी पूरे इकोनॉमी को ही पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट होता है. थिंग्स स्टार्ट टू रीस्ट्रक्चर. यू नो ऑटोमेशन की बात हम कर रहे थे. जब जब व्हेन थिंग्स मैनुअल, लोग कहा करते थे कि अगर ऑटोमेशन आ गया तो लोगों के पास जॉब नहीं रहेगी, नौकरी चली जाएगी, लोग जॉबलेस हो जाएंगे. वी स्टिल हैव फियर ऑफ एआई विल कम एंड टेक ओवर आवर जॉब, राइट? नहीं गई ना. एक्सेल को आए हुए इट्स बीन 3 जनरेशन और 4 जनरेशन एक्सेल आ चुका है, बट अभी तक अकाउंटेंट तो है ही दुनिया में, जॉबलेस नहीं हुए सर.
Need to modify yourself accordingly.
बट एग्जैक्टली. सो उन दिनों कंपनीज में 4 कंपनीज में एक आईटी हुआ करता था. अभी हर एक कंपनी में कम से कम 50 आईटी होता है. पहले 50 अकाउंटेंट हुआ करते थे, अब 4 अकाउंटेंट रह गए. जॉब स्विच्ड ओवर, बट लोगों को नौकरी तो मिल ही रही है सर, है ना. सो इट आंसर योर क्वेश्चन कि टैक्सेस आते हैं, गवर्नमेंट इंप्लीमेंट करती है, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज कीप चेंजिंग, इट कीप्स अस ऑन टो, बट it impacts positively. We grow with it. Changes are part of life.
Okay, so there will be some taxes in the future. You can see, like,
It's already there. Many taxes there. We got, जिसको आप GST बोलते हैं, हमारे value added tax VAT है. VAT is 10%. GST is 18% if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so taxation ratio is plus minus more or less same. जैसे सऊदी में 15% है, बाहर में 10% है, दुबई में 5% है. Every country has their own difference. किसको कितना रिजर्व चाहिए, cash flow. But yes, it does impact our business day to day. But it's all for positive, nothing for negative.
yep, right, right. So I just wanted to come back to your previous statement, one of the previous statements, like you have worked as a chef. So did you enjoy that part, or are you enjoying your today current role?
I enjoy every part of my job.
Okay, right now, do you
So there's
do you go into the kitchen and try out all the
I
things?
do, I do, I do, I do. Last year I launched a concept in my restaurant called Mallu Dhaba. night, and I was part of that menu designing and working with chef in kitchen.
But as a GA, you know what goes on in your hotel, right? So how do you manage this thing? Because this is very difficult when it comes to hotel industry or restaurant industry. It becomes very difficult to maintain the food wastage. So how do you manage that part?
Sustain Sustainability is one thing, but also uh, difficult to manage those wastage unless you plan it properly. So you should know your business. You should know the volume you're going to make it. Once food is cooked, it's wasted. Either it should go through the tummy or it's thrown in the bin. We don't recycle food. Uh, food का एक standard है, we call it HACCP. Uh, the standard very much states कि food को you only can keep for 2.5 hours. That's it. The life is very short. So to give 2.5 hours of cooking, you only cook when you know who's going to eat and how much is going to eat. So if you know your day-to-day business कि कल मेरे होटल में कितने गेस्ट हैं, कितने लोग ब्रेकफास्ट करेंगे, ब्रेकफास्ट में किसको क्या चाहिए होगा, you cook accordingly. So you can minimize wastage, but you can't stop it. Very difficult to forecast कि कल सुबह भावेश 2 अंडे खाएगा, 1 अंडे खाएगा, अंडा खाएगा ही नहीं कल. कल मंडे है, फास्टिंग रख रहा है, शिव जी की पूजा कर रहा है. We don't know, right? तो वेस्टेज तो होता है, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं होता है, but then we minimize it. We try to bring as low as possible.
And the one question that always comes to my mind, and I've heard of this, if you want somebody's life, your friend's life, or anybody's life, you want it to be busy, just motivate them to open a restaurant or a hotel. So that because because in this industry, uh, the food thing needs to stay consistent, right? And when a person
Indeed.
get into this industry, he has to maintain that decorum, maintain that consistency. How do
You
you
have to have
manage
the
that?
consistency. You have to have a consistency. Same thing, training. Only one word. You have to keep training your team. So you hire a chef who is master chef or who is a head chef. He has to train his junior colleagues. So even if he moves out, recipe is not changed. So as the owner or as a GM, you have to be on the top of them that everybody in your team should know the entire menu. So अगर एक चला भी गया तो impact नहीं हो रहा है. And we have a standardized menu is typed the gram, the food का किस में कितना नमक डालना है, कितना मिर्च डालना है, कितना मसाला डालना है. It is documented, recipes made, is uploaded in system, so nobody can play with it.
What if master chef leaves the job?
It's already there. System is there. Second guys knows, third guys knows. In fact, entire kitchen knows what needs to be made. So even two guys resign, kitchen doesn't impact. जो नया बंदा आएगा उसको recipe हम देंगे because hotel owns that recipe. It's a trademark. We bought it. You go to ODP restaurant, you go to any restaurant to have, let's say, dosa or idli, हर दिन आपको same ही मिलेगा. You will not even know the chef change हो गया.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
SOPs
So
are
it's
made.
everywhere. It's the same thing. Indeed. And you have to keep training your team. Training is very essential. Very, very essential.
One of the advantage of being in hotel industry or being a hotelier is you get to meet a lot of great personalities, right? Like you met Mr. Jaishankar last year. Any memorable guest experience you had, like that changed your life or that had significant impact on you?
Not the celebrity, but guest does it. One of my guests asked me a very simple question कि इतने दिनों में salary कैसे manage करोगे तुम? And I was very much bindas guy at the age of 2022, and I was saying कि इनको पैसे की क्या पड़ी भाई, मतलब he's my guest, he's staying in my hotel, why is giving me a lecture? इनको किसने हक दे दिया बोलने का? But definitely the question was in my mind कि इतनी सैलरी में मैं बच्चे की फीस कैसे भरूंगा? जब तक ये बड़े होंगे फीस लाखों में पहुंचेगी, हजार में तो नहीं होगी. So he was not celebrity. He was not celebrity. He was just a guest in my hotel and interacted very friendly, very, very friendly. His name was Sambhu Prasad, the guy from Ranchi, I believe. God bless him, he's still alive. But he gave me this one liner in the evening at 5:30, and I couldn't sleep for many days.
True, that's very harsh though, but very true.
I take everything very positively. So initially, I'm a human too, so reaction was very negative. कि ये कौन होता मुझे बोलने वाला भाई? I know my life में क्या कर रहा हूँ. मैं मस्ती कर रहा हूँ, इसके पैसे पे थोड़ी कर रहा हूँ, अपने पैसे पे कर रहा हूँ. But then those thoughts keep haunting me, keep challenging me. ऐसे कि नहीं भाई, बंदे ने बात तो सही बोली है. Most of the celebrities were made, whether it's a film star, whether it's a politician, whether it's a prime minister or the president. But then impact can come with a very simple man. You need not to be a celebrity.
That's true. What are the 5 skills which can help an individual to grow in this hotel industry?
Interesting. You don't need 5 skills. You just need 1 skill.
Okay.
You believe you're human and start with humanity, and you'll grow.
Since it is a human interaction job.
Indeed, indeed. See, we don't sell rooms. We don't sell food. We sell happiness. We sell pleasure.
Is that only for hotel industry people or for everybody on this planet?
Uh, Depends. But for our industry, is mainly this industry is driven by human. I cannot operate hotel sitting at home. I can't have work from home. I have to go to hotel. Other industry, I can name few, but most of them, culture has started work from home and they're maintaining it, right? So they don't even know who is their manager. A manager could be A, B, C, कोई भी हो सकता है. नाम जानते हो, आईडी जानते हो, आप शायद वीडियो कॉल पे देखते हो, but there's nothing called touch and feel effect. You don't know how warm is he. You don't know how friendly he can be. You don't know how humorous and how, jokingly this person act or how serious is he in the business. But जब आप लोगों से मिलते हो तो you see the body language, you see how he acts. जैसे भी आप मुझसे बात कर रहे हो, you don't know what I'm surrounded with. But when you come to my office or my home, you see how I'm surrounded, how do I live, how do I work, what is my culture. Persistent change. So only one word is enough. You don't need 5. And definitely, then 5 is not enough also. अगर company आगे बढ़ना है, then you should know the finance, you should know what is coming, which you call it AI or new automation क्या आ रहा है दुनिया में. Team को क्या motivate कर सकता है. Every individual has a different motivation to know, right? किसी को पैसा मोटिवेट करता है, किसी को रेस्पेक्ट मोटिवेट करता है, किसी को पोजीशन मोटिवेट करता है, किसी को सिर्फ टाइप करना ही मोटिवेट करता है कि भाई जिंदगी में पहली बार टाइप करनी है मैंने. So every individual has a different motivation level. So there are many parameters, but base of one is you should be very much down to earth, humanity को साथ में लेके चलो, you will be successful in any industry actually, but mainly in our industry because it's a human driven industry.
When you were doing your hotel management from IHM in 1992, how was the penetration of people or thought process of people into hotel management studies? I was looking at one of the podcasts of Kapil Chopra. He was saying that the last 5-6 years, people's interest decreased over time into hotel management, and we thought that this could be the things that Indian institutes are not keeping up with them. A few things that they need to improve on. Do you think that?
No, not really. Maybe he's looking into one segment or two segments. See, in demand comes. Let me make you understand in a different way. When COVID came, which is a very recent example, which industry boomed big time?
IT.
Thank you. What happened after 2 years?
Yeah, it all gets stabled.
They start to lay off,
Oh, in that way.
right?
Right.
Correct? So can I give a statement the industry is in declining mode? No, that's the wrong way to say that. एक temporary demand आया था, उस time पे bubble बना, it become balloon effect, and it burst. It goes to any industry, not only in hotel industry. And keep in mind, eventually, though we call it a human-related, human-managed industry, time is not too far when hotel will be automated as well, right? आज के डेट में automation has gone so much. If you go to Costa Coffee, you go to McDonald's, you just place an order for a coffee or burger. It's served by a robot, or you can say a machine, on your table. The waiter's job at stake. But don't worry, the person who's waiter, he has to learn different technical. Probably he has to learn how to fix robot, and his job is still safe. है ना? तो मॉडल चेंज होंगे होटल इंडस्ट्री में, डिक्लाइनिंग कभी नहीं होगी. एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी इज वेरी मच प्रॉमिसिंग आज के डेट में. Everybody wants to shine, everybody wants to have on the screen. The hotel industry is something like film industry. फिल्म का हीरो पर्दे पे कुछ और होता है, पर्दे के पीछे कुछ और होता है. So होटल में जो आप देखते हो होटल ऐसा होता है, होटल के पीछे कुछ और भी होता है.
Okay, what is that? Sorry to ask, but what is that?
Yeah, so there are a lot of hard works, lot of retakes, lot of trainings to give a perfection shot. हम सिर्फ परफेक्ट शॉट देखते हैं, राइट? फिल्म में क्या वो है ना, उसके पीछे के रिहर्सल्स नहीं देखते हैं, प्रैक्टिस देखते हैं, डांस के रिदम्स नहीं देखते हैं, उनके स्टेप्स नहीं देखते हैं। हम सिर्फ डांस देखते हैं, बोलते हैं क्या डांस किया उसने यार, but the guy has put so much effort in 6 months, 1 year, learn those steps. Same thing with hotel. When you get a dish in front of you, whether it's a samosa, whether it's chai, whether it's a biryani or whatever dish you like it on your table, you look at position, yaar kya maza aa raha hai khane mein. But it takes a time to develop that recipe, the presentation, the designing skills, the plate. Lot goes behind the scene. बड़ा 15 मिनट खा रहा है, उठ जाते हो, पैसे देते हो, टिप देते हो, निकल जाते हो, है ना? तो तो इंडस्ट्री विल नेवर फॉल ऑफ ह्यूमन इंटरेस्ट, पीपल विल हैव इंटरेस्ट। सबका अपना अपना इंटरेस्ट होता है यार। अगर आप लोग एक इंडस्ट्री किसी का भी नाम लो, लेट्स से फॉर द सेक ऑफ आईटी का लिया, आईटी में ही लिया, नॉट एवरीबॉडी इज आईटी सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर, राइट? कोई हार्डवेयर देख रहा होता है, कोई एआई पे काम कर रहा है, कोई स्पीड पे देख रहा है, देयर आर डिफरेंट सेगमेंट ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट।
Last question of the discussion. As a 20-year-old, how can I become the best in Horeca, hotel restaurant catering?
Okay, you're already there, best. You started your podcast by saying thank you for coming on board and thank you for your time. You thanked me for coming, and I was thanking you to bring me on your podcast. So that's the human. We learn by birth. We are hotelier. घर पे कोई गेस्ट आता है, सबसे पहले पानी लेके आते हैं कि चाचा मामा काका जो भी हो, we give them water, we ask them how's the journey, was it too hot, how's the temperature, how's the train, how's the flight, how are you, how is auntie, how is my cousin, how's my sister, how's my brother. We ask so many questions, isn't it, just to make sure that he feel the warmth of welcoming at my home, and I give them respect of being my guest. और क्या बोलते हो आप लोग?
अतिथि देवो भव।
तो जिसको हम भगवान मानते हैं, ये तो हम बचपन से मांगते हैं सर। ये तो हमारी हॉस्पिटलिटी बचपन से सिखाई जाती है। So you don't need to be expert, you don't need to go do a course. It just enhances a bit of a language and technical to understand the training part of it. Otherwise, we are by birth, we are hotelier, boss.
Noted that. With that, we would like to thank you again, Ashwani, for giving so much insight, so much knowledge.
You guys are doing a good job in that way. Thank you for having me on board. I learned something new software today, and it's give and take.
So thanks for that.
Oh, thank you.
Today, we gained deeper understanding on hospitality industry, how it operates, the challenges it faces, and the strategies that drive success. A huge thank you to Mr. Ashwani for taking time out for this podcast and sharing his experiences and expertise with us. We hope this discussion gave you some valuable takeaways and a fresh perspective towards hotel industry. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who would benefit from these insights. If you want to see anybody on our platform, please do mention them in the comment section below. Also, stay connected for more engaging discussions with industry experts right here on Expert Conversations. Thank you so much for your time.